In my previous update, Bitcoin was sitting just around $73,000, and what I said very clearly was that you should expect an aggressive correction to the downside before we see a reversal and a new all-time high on Bitcoin. And as you can see, that's exactly what happened. Now, if you remember, I did outline one pretty important support area in this update, which was between $69,900 and $69,100. So if I go over to the Discord, when price made its way down towards $69,100, as you can see, we got an imbalance, we got a reaction, and what I said was that I wanted to see a move towards $71,300. The logic behind it was very simple. If I go over to the charts, I wanted price to revisit this hourly imbalance, so just above again $71,300, but also if I go on the 4-hour chart, this was also the midpoint of this 4-hour imbalance. So if I just take it to show you the midpoint, as you can see, $71,400. And that's why I wanted to see a bounce from $69,100 all the way up towards $61,300. And as you can see, that's exactly what happened. If I go back to the Discord, I did take the long position once I saw the reaction. We got the move up towards $71,300. But personally, I decided, as I was in a long position and I did expect a new all-time high as outlined in the previous update, I decided to use a trailing stop loss for this trade. But if you go forward in time, price ended up rejecting our level pretty aggressively, as you can see right there, $71,300 again. We got a big drop and I got stopped out of my long position for a pretty small win of just over 10%. However, when I saw this move on the charts, I made one prediction. I said that this would be my prediction for now. I simply wanted to see a continuation to the downside, and I had just one support outline, which was, as you can see, if I make the chart bigger, $67,000. The logic behind it is very simple. Once again, I wanted to see the fill of this 4-hour imbalance before we see a reversal to the upside. And what happened? We got the move down towards $67,000. So right there, we saw the reaction, and my first target was a rally back towards the daily open, which was at $68,700. But unfortunately, in hindsight, of course, I'm saying this, but at this point, I was not interested in trading simply because I wanted the elections to be over. But of course, if you go back over to the charts again, we got the move towards $67,000. If I just remove all of these levels quickly. So we got the move again towards $67,000, and from there, Bitcoin offered a pretty aggressive move to the upside. So personally, at this point, I'm not sitting in any trade, as again, I wanted the elections to be over. But looking back at the predictions, honestly, the predictions were pretty accurate. We wanted to see a move down towards $69,100. Then I called the move towards $71,300. And then I outlined just one support level at $67,000, which offered the final low before again this big reversal to the upside. So again, it was a pretty picture-perfect prediction, but from my side, unfortunately, I simply didn't take the best trading decisions. In any case, if you're not sitting in any position yet, what should you expect next? And that's of course what I want to talk about in this update. So the first thing that I want to say is that as outlined in the previous update, the only level that I'm interested in to the upside would be the psychological level around $80,000, so right there. So at this point, as I'm still expecting higher prices, I am not interested in any short positions. I'm of course just interested in long positions. So what levels do we have below us? Well, again, to the downside, it's pretty simple in my opinion, and I am interested in just one level, and this would be the fill of this 15-minute candle at $71,200. Top of that, if I go on the 4-hour chart and take the volume profile of this impulse, as you can see, the value area high of this move also comes in as a pretty nice confluence just on our level, again at $71,300. And that's why, again, even though on the 15-minute chart, this candle is not highlighted as an imbalance, if I go back on the 4-hour chart, as you can see, we have a pretty big imbalance that price could very well come back into and then reverse to the upside. So maybe again drop to our level and then offer a pretty nice continuation to the upside. That's why, again, this level on the 15-minute chart, in my opinion, is very interesting because first, it would represent a partial fill of the 4-hour imbalance, but also more importantly, it would maintain a higher low. So from this low, it would simply put in another higher low. So again, come down, higher low, and then we have a reversal to the upside. So with that said, if price does come back down to this level and continues lower, in my opinion, even though we could see this move as a fill of this hourly imbalance and then a continuation to the upside, again, if you go back on the 15-minute chart, a break of this low would be a pretty big sign of weakness in my opinion. And personally, probably if we get a drop below this low, I simply won't be interested in long positions yet. So that was mainly it for this update. Honestly, this one is very simple. To the downside, I'm just interested in one level at $71,300. And to the upside, as I said, I am still expecting higher prices and would like to see a move towards at least $80,000. So I hope you guys enjoyed this update. And as usual, if you have any questions, I'm available inside the Discord. So see you soon everyone and good luck.